You know the rules. What up, Anthony? What up, Robert? What up, David? Hey, Paul. What up, Sean? Bethany? What up, Data Destroyer? What up, Janelle? What up, Sam Jam? What up, Sam? What up, Jose? Chelsea, Landon, no. Clyde, what up, fam? What up, Patricia? Eric, 82 people. You see like today, my head switched up in a few minutes. I don't need 3 hours to do what I gotta do tonight, so I'm gonna bang it out real quick because, I miss you guys, 93 people. Dang, man, we getting there quick. Polo Don, yeah, you know what it is? Polo all day long. Hello, what's up, Mr. B? Teddy Pendergrass, yeah. Mr. Pendergrass, yeah. Francisco, can I get like 500 likes, man, tonight, man? I need like tonight, man, I need 1,000 likes, man. Y'all showed out before, man. 700 likes. Tonight, man, I need at least 1,000 likes. Audio jacked up. Well, I ain't got my equipment. I'm in mom's house. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm in mom's house. I'm in the loft. Can you hear me? Gang, gang. Can you hear me? 2K likes? Yeah, 2K likes. Look, that's the benchmark now. Okay. Pamela said it. Audio is jacked up. Can't hear me? Well, turn up your mic. We can hear you. Okay, good. You can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. So we've got to do what we came in here to do, what we always do. And you know what that is, right? You know what it is time for? You know what it is time for, right? 127 people. Can I get 130 people in here? Hit the like button, man. 133 people, man. I need like 147 likes. I need y'all to act up in here, man, for real. Miss BB's in Puerto Rico. She wants to see y'all show them likes. She's over there told me I couldn't get at least 1,000 likes on this show. I told her I could. I told her I got a show so fire. I can get 1,000 likes off this one for show. She said, no, you can't. I ain't say it. I said, baby, look. I get 1,000 likes off this for show. Like this here, is this better? No, it won't let me do it. It won't let me do that. My mom's watching on YouTube. She's like, turn it. Patreon in the house, the only real gang in America. Shout out my gang. My mom's doing the production tonight, so y'all gotta give her a prop. Shout out Mama Jackson. Brando. She's not gonna let me scream, okay? So y'all gotta be cool with me, okay? Because she's not gonna let me scream. And she already told me if I get too crunk in here, she's gonna cut it off. Alright? Because I'm staying over here, so I want to stay by myself. Daisy's staying at the other house, so she's not over here. And y'all know how I am. I want to stay by myself, so you know what it is. So she was like, hey, you want to stay with me? Stay with me. You do your show, but you can't do your show and scream. I was like, whoa, okay. I said, okay. So I think yeah, she's back there in the other room. She's over there like, she's looking at me smiling. Hey, Mom. Okay. She said, hey, okay. So I think that a lot of people don't realize is that where you are in the investment's a lot further ahead than what even you or I or anybody really ever realized based upon the information that you and I know. And I know I've been gone a minute. You know, I miss you guys. I miss you. And I've been doing a lot of stuff for Patreon. I've been doing, I mean, you know, yeah, Mama B, man, y'all, Mama J, man, you call Mama J. Mama J's good. She's not going to be on nobody's camera because I'm going to never let her be scrutinized like I am. Never. Not like I am, or my wife is. But she was like, hey, look, do the show, knock it out. Your wife would expect it. Daisy would expect it. You'd expect it. Do it on YouTube. I want to see it. And she wants to see I do a show, so I thought I'd do it for her. So she don't do Patreon. So, you know. And I told her to do Patreon. She said, if you do the show, you get 900 likes, she'll do it on Patreon. I was like, well, I got a show so far. If this show don't get 900 likes, I ain't doing no more shows because this is whack. Because what I'm about to tell y'all is so fire that I don't know what to tell you. So understand I'm in her little, like, you know, loft area, like a little TV right here, that little stage right, little desk right here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing this from my phone. You know what I mean? Friday show. See that? Friday show. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is no joke. Like, I'm really doing this for real. So can I get like 100 likes just for just doing it off the top of that? Yeah, Mama J don't play. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I can't cuss. I can't act a fool. I can't talk about nobody. I can't do nothing. She's made it quite explicit that she's not about the bullcrap. So she told me to get it together, do the show, and, you know, make it happen. So 101 likes. There you go. Mama Jackson's like, thank you. She said, hey, baby. She said, hey, baby, keep giving them likes. She said, hey, baby. She said, thumbs up. She's in her nightgown because, you know, she go to bed early. I told you guys, Heads of Old Brigade, intelligence reveals al-Qazima's role in the assassination of the leadership in March. Now, I told you that I thought Halabusi was the one that was the snitch, but it could have been al-Qazimi, who was also in the running for becoming the new PM of Iraq. And they said to trade press that the facilitation of the presidency's the intelligence services stated in the statement obtained by the Al-Qaeda, if there is a suspicion that Mustafa al-Qasimi was involved in the assassination of the victory leaders, information available to one or all of the security leaders confirms his involvement. Now, I thought totally that it was Halabusi, but with this, it confirms that it was him. MS Stress provides information involved in the assassination of Soleimani. Now, I think Mr. Adel Abdul Mahdi exclusively knew about it and signed off on it because he was his central intelligence person and he knew about it beforehand. So Mahdi can lie and be who he wants to be, but, you know, wait a minute, hold on here. We got poor sound quality, muffled. Well, if it's muffled, turn up your mic. My mic ain't turning up. This is as loud as it gets. I'm at my mom's house. I ain't got no mic. So this is how it goes. I can do this on Patreon and not do it on here. So you want me to quick do this on Patreon real quick and hear me real good? Can I get 200 likes just for Patreon? I think people got to understand that if President Saleh activated Article 1 of the Iraqi Constitution, then he would be involved in the dissolution of the Iraqi parliament as it sits right now. And that will call for early elections within 60 days. And so if you guys notice that he did not do that, what Saleh did basically was, is he says, look, I will elect a new prime minister within the next 15 days again, and within that, on Tuesday, March 3rd, legal expert committee said the political process in the country enters a new crisis after assigned to allow it to form new government. Now, you got to understand this. A couple days before that, Mahdi resigned from being, I know, look at me being all mama up. Mahdi resigned being the prime minister officially of Iraq. Now, when he resigned, he relinquished all his power. So there was no more caretaker government. There was no more caretaker government. There was no more government. He's not doing the day-to-day no more. And when he did that, it opened up a whole new meaning to what Saleh's role is in Iraq. The mandate, the third, is considered a deficit for the constitutional institution and the country. The Constitution allows the President of the Republic to dissolve the Parliament in accordance with Article 64, whereby the President calls for the early elections within 60 days, but he's not going to do that. You know why? Because if Saleh called for the dissolution of Parliament, Iran would kill him. I'm not just saying that. We know that. They would kill him. The bloc would kill him. There's no way that they would leave a void and allow Saleh to walk away and ride off in the sunset to be the president of the KRGB, and those guys to be, you know, hey, we're good. It's not going to happen. And so I told everybody, look, this dude is doing everything he can. This matter allows the president of the republic to collect several powers after Mahdi's departure and uses them to pressure political blocs and the state and finish in the country. Resigned Prime Minister Mahdi has announced a resort to voluntary absence of Prime Minister with all the consequence of constitutional procedures and content. He added in a statement yesterday that the position does not mean that it is not possible to resort later to declaring that the position is vacant according to Article 81 of the Constitution. Now, remember, Article 81 of the Constitution is something I'm going to note later on. If the political and legislation executive powers do not reach context that the country emerges from its current crisis according to Article 76, I'll note that later on, of the Constitution also, Article 81 says, it states, President of the Republic takes the position of Prime Minister when the position becomes vacant for any reason. Well, Article 76 states the President of the Republic assigns a candidate from the largest parliamentary bloc to form a cabinet within 15 days from the date of the President's election. Finished. Now, I think you guys just missed a major bomb. If President Saleh is responsible for people, I can't drop them real quick. I can't drop bombs and do this because my mom is not going to drop bombs on me to do that. So you got to drop some bombs for me. If you got bombs, drop them bombs. I got 122 likes, down 180 likes right now. You understand this? So Saleh is the president, and you got to understand this. Mahdi finally relinquished his power as being prime minister of a caretaker government. The reason why nothing moved before is because now Saleh is in charge of that prime ministership. Now, people can talk about all the nonsense they want, all the phantasm they want. They can tell you anything they want, but that's the way the parliament works. That's the way their constitution works, not mine. Their constitution works. And when they did so, Saleh, for a vacuum of 15 days, becomes prime minister of Iraq as he searched for a new one. So as we sit here every day, now it's been a few days, I think it's been 2 days, and we don't have a prime minister, he has 13 days to send the federal budget to Parliament, accelerating the formation of the government in order to study the budget, to send it to presidency, and then finance committee to discuss financial output for some of the projects that are lagging, as well as the topic of operational side, especially salary, and the government obligations toward many of the ruling expenses, such as the ration card. Can I get some bombs real quick? Mom, can I get some bombs? No, Mom? My mom says she can't do bombs, she does cookies. She makes chocolate chip cookies. But you know what she did say? She understands what the oil and gas law is. It says this right here, especially salaries in the government, obligations. It says obligations, guys, towards many of the ruling expenses, such as ration cards. You've never heard ration cards mentioned in the budget before. I just mentioned it, such as that and the oil and gas law. That's a bomb. So now you are official. You know the oil and gas law is inside of the budget. Can I get many bombs? Bombs. So you know the ATL is inside the budget. Article 140 is inside the budget. I need 200 likes. I need 200 likes. And I can't yell. I can't cuss. Y'all gotta give me my likes, because if you don't get my likes, I'm gonna cut this off. Because I can go in there and like smothered pork chops and greens and everything else. Mama told me just kind of eat. She's like, you ain't gotta go through this all night. You feel me, Shanta? I know Shanta feels it. I know fans didn't feel it. The government will gradually remove remaining exchange restrictions from the multiple currencies with a view of eliminating exchange rate distortion. See, there's a distortion between the exchange rate between the public, the buy rate, the sell rate, such as a move towards acceptance obligations under Article 8 of the IMF Articles of Agreement will send a positive signal to the investment community that Iraq is committed to maintain exchange system that is free from restrictions and the MCP for current international transactions that does facilitate business climate. They say my big mouth. He's right. Because my big mouth connects to my big brain, and my big brain reads big. And you know what? I guess we don't read the same articles because they don't keep up with this. In order to create this favorable investment, you must pay off Kuwait. Definition of Article 8 for Iraq to exit Article 7 to lift the restrictions on their currency. Wow. That is a bomb. I'll read it again in case all y'all didn't catch that. 210 people or 142 likes. I need 200 likes. I ain't reading no more. I'm done. I give you the game right there. Anybody can come on here and tell you anything they like. They got with governments, and they got so much stock holdings in this, they got secret holdings in that, and they got this and that. But you know what? They're not quoting in cite and verse. I can quote it cite and verse. I need, like right now, there's 145 likes, there's 209 people. I need 190 likes right now. I'm not reading anymore.
And I'll tell you why. Because without this, you don't know where you're going. You can guess at it, or I can read it to you, because I just read it to you. It says, agreement will send a positive signal to the investment community that Iraq is a committed system that is free of restrictions from the NCP for current international transactions and thus facilitates creation of a favorable business climate. I didn't write it. That's it? 153 likes. I'm lacking on my pimping. I guess I'm not writing good material here. I'd be like, see you guys Monday. Yeah, Bill, you want me to cut it off, Bill? Shut it off? Patreon, you want me to shut it off? Because I can give this to Patreon on Monday. This is a good ass. I'll cut it off. Cut it off right here. I can cut off right here because I just gave you the whole game. The MCP with a view to eliminate exchange rate distortions. Such a move towards acceptance of obligations under Article 8 of the IMF Articles of Agreement will send a positive signal to investment opportunities. So, wait a minute. If you don't eliminate the MCP, which we all know you have to do to send a positive message to the investor, in order to create this favorable environment, you have to do what? In the agreement, can I get all the bonds? I need bonds. I'm going to tell you right now, I need bonds. Here. I need bonds. Can I get bonds? You got to do one thing that you said you were going to do in your budget anyway, guys. I don't care what anybody gets on here and says live. I don't care what anybody gets on here and says they're smarter or they're brighter. And if you're brighter than me, I get it. If you get more than me, I get it. But you know what I'm going to tell you guys right now? Until you pay off Kuwait, which is supposed to happen first quarter of this year, guess what? You're not Article 8 compliant. Boom. That's it. That's all of it. Inside of the budget is the first payment and the last payment to Kuwait. It was $2.1 billion. And with that payment, they become Article 8 compliant. And with that, and only that, they can have a change in value in their currency. I don't care what anybody tells you, what they feel is going to happen, what bankers they know, who they know this, that, whatever. I don't care. They can't tell you anything more than that. Because if they don't have Article 8 compliance, they can't do anything. Iraq has intensified its efforts to resolve its debt problems with neighboring Kuwait in order to end its international restrictions imposed on the country following the invasion of Kuwait 2 decades ago. Said Iraq's deputy foreign minister, Iraq was placed under United Nations Chapter 7 status in 1991 after Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait. So by making that $2.1 billion payment, they remove themselves from Article 7 and enter into Article 8. Drop mic. Wow. I came with the pain. I came with the bombs. I came with it all. I'm still going. I got more. Oh, I got more. 165 likes, that's all I got. That's all I got in 20 minutes. I should have like 200 likes right now. For real. Dude, nobody. All you hear is, the stage is set. This is getting ready to go. I got a special guest. What special guest you got? The IMF president? Telling you insider trading? What are you telling you that I didn't just tell you? They can't quote his site and verse. The HCL, as well as Article 140 and the financial management law are inside of the budget. I told you guys, and you can go back several videos, half a year ago, or not half a year, several videos, I told you that without the Financial Management Act, and I know I did, before anybody else, and I'm not tooting my own horn, because you know what, Muhammad Ali said it best, it ain't bragging if it's true. I told you that until I see the budget and what those allocations are, you don't know what's going to happen to us. So when all these other people talk about next year, or next month, or this May, or this calendar, or that calendar, or this or that, they're just talking. They don't have any clue about an investment. They don't study it. They don't read anything. They have no clue. But I will tell you this. Order 95, the financial management law and the public debt law, Iraqi government has announced a reduction in the retirement age. In the statement said, Iraqi government is also proposing amending the retirement law in 2014. It's reducing the law from, I think it was 63 to 60 years old. Now, a lot of you guys are probably sitting here saying, well, Mr. B, why are you even mentioning the retirement law? Because if you're watching the Iraqi news and you're following it, one of the big things besides the election law, besides them passing all these other laws, a big deal is the retirement law. The reason why the retirement law is a big deal is because most of the Iraqi parliament is of the age of retirement. And do you think for 1 minute they're not going to give themselves an exit strategy? Because they're going to get kicked out anyway. They're going to lose their jobs. They're going to get kicked out. So with that, there will be a need to approve by Parliament. The move is the latest in a series of reforms announced by the government in response to continuing protests of the country. So I made a little chart. I looked it up. Males 18 to 20, there's none. Or women. 21 to 30, there's none. 31 to 40, there is 26 men. 16 women. But of qualifying age to retire from 40 to 45, there are 30 males and 14 females. And from 46 to 50, there are 48 to 18. 51 to 60, there are 32. And from 61 to 70, 41 to 4. And from 71 to 80, there are 6 to none. So you don't think that these guys didn't sit here and make their own exit strategy? Think about it. They are fighting over basically 2/3 of the whole budget. When Parliament dissolves to get pensions for the rest of their lives. So if they can't steal, then what they're finally realizing is they're going to attach themselves to the government teat for the rest of their lives. And with that self, and quote and unquote, the retirement law is basically the exit strategy for the Iranian or your boogeyman or whatever you want to call it, salaries for the rest of their lives. And that's a bomb. And I'm telling you that because they're attaching themselves to that so they can have a way to unleash the HCL in Article 140. It's kind of like, I'm not going to give you something if I don't get myself something. Now, you're probably sitting here saying, well, Mr. B, that's pretty slick. I get that. That's smart. I get it, right? But what is who talking about? No. Tell me who's talking about? No. The retirement law? I don't know how to put this. So, 188. Thank you, guys. No, I said it was done after you dropped the mic. Oh, thank you, No. Okay, you get me. You get what I'm saying. Okay, so you get where the retirement law in the news fits in. Now you get where the whole Saleh becoming the interim prime minister based upon the law of finding a new prime minister for 15 days and him adopting that prime minister's role for 15 days. It's a 15-day window. You get it? You're there now. You get 15 days for him to find his way to get that budget to pass. So it's a race to the end. Now get this. The Central Bank of Iraq on Thursday called its merchants and citizens to avoid dealing in cash because of the coronavirus. So I doubted this before, but Ms. Bibi brought it up so eloquently, and in her absence, I have to give her full and utter, absolute credit for this. They told the citizens of Iraq that money, or that the handling of money, could transfer the coronavirus. This is what you call the ultimate banking collusion, because even if you touch that money and stuck it underneath your mattress, it still is infected. So if you hold that cash and it's underneath your mattress, you go to the bank, you're getting infected. Okay? So, but they basically told these guys was, look, we coincide with that our dear country is going through a result of the Central Bank of Iraq following up on international reports that a warning of the ability of the banknotes to hold a carrier of the medium for viruses. That's called forced banking inclusion. Now, what that basically means is you put on some gloves, you take all your cash that's hidden in your house, drop it off to the bank, and guess what you're going to do? You're going to deposit it. Now, they're scaring these people and they're telling them that, look, when you do that, now you just use your bank card. If you don't use your cash, use your bank card. Your bank card is going to make it so you can make purchases. So don't use your cash. No one's taking cash. They're not taking it in the marketplace. They're not taking it here. They're not taking it there. They're taking it only in a bank. Now, why would they only take it in the central banking system if it's infected? Because that's a way for the central bank to do what with that infected cash flow? Sharon, it's already pretty much agreed that once they submit that budget to the president, he's going to okay it because he knows what's up. And once he okays it, it goes to Parliament. And once he okays it in Parliament, it gets in front of the what do you call that? The Parliament. And Parliament does what? They pass it. Yeah, you guys are saying it, burn it. You know why? Because infected cash means you're going to infect your populace, and infecting your populace means making everybody sick. You have to destroy it. Now, I'm going to ask you kids a good question, but I'm only going to ask you this question based upon only your idea of being sensible. Why would you destroy your cash? Not to reprint it. They can't veto it. He can't reject it because it was passed before he was president. Because it adds value to the currency you currently hold. Because remember the article I just read to you. Part of the new budget is that they plan on paying out oil and gas revenue. It raises value. I wrote it to myself. So what do you think that would happen to compromised bills? Burn them, reduce them, throw them out. Burning them only makes sense. It lowers the note count, and it also makes, or it ensures that you get more notes off the street in a hurry. When you take those big bills off the street, now you introduce new bills, new safe bills that people aren't afraid to handle, or you don't introduce them, but you tell people about them. Doesn't matter. But anyway, or go cashless. But guess what? Now you have forced banking inclusion. Get it? It's called microeconomics and a macroeconomic game. Oh, they'll still accept your dinar. Your dinar is not infected. And they want those big bills to go inside of anybody's central banking system because why? They're worth exponentially times more than the value of what you hold them for. This position does not mean that it is not possible to resort later in declaring that the position is vacant according to Article 81 of the Constitution. If political forces, the legislation, and executive powers do not reach the context that the country emerges from its current crisis, according to Article 76 of the Constitution, implementation decision it taken. We will start according to the constitutional legal regulatory powers to us immediately by Article 1. So people tell me all the time, what does all that mean? And I tell them all the time, look, you just got to read it. Article 1 means the Republic of Iraq is a single, independent federal state. You got to define federal. Remember I told you guys substantive is the Federal Management Act, federal financial law. A federal state runs federally, okay? It means once they put a budget for it, it runs all on its own. I don't need a budget after that. I just need that budget to keep on ticking. Now, why would I need a federal budget to keep on ticking? Because of such things called the HCL, such things as called the Article 140, and such things called the salary of the employees of the state. It's not hard to see this, guys. Article 76. The Prime Ministers and members of the Cabinet shall take the constitutional oath before the Council of Representation in the form stipulated in Article 40 of the Constitution. Article 48. Each member of the Council, the representative from that Council, will take the following constitutional oath before the Council prior to assume the duties. Swear before God, the Almighty, to carry out my legal task and responsibility devoted honestly to preserve the independence and sovereignty of Iraq, safeguard its interests of the people, and watch over its safeguard of its land and skies, water, and more so its resources and federal democratic system. And I shall endeavor to protect public and private liberties, the independence of the judiciary, adhere to the application of legislation, neutrality, and faithfully, as God is my witness. Wow. if I can't get bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, I need 5 more bombs right now, or I'm not reading no more. No. Sammy D, you're confused. The only thing that they can pass is the federal budget because it doesn't need tampering with by the actual parliament. The article, you didn't read all the way to the end, and I get that. Most people don't. You read the headline. I'm not mad at you. I'm not dogging you out. Most people read headlines. They don't read articles. I read articles. And I got that article. But mistakenly, you're wrong. So, and I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm not saying you're a bad person either. I'm saying to you this. They had time to do what they had to do, and guess what? 15 days. So when I was on Twitter, and I was on Facebook, and I was on, I think it was Instagram, and I said 15 days, 15 days, people thought I was nuts. They thought, well, what the hell? 15 days for what? Soleil is not going to enact the First Amendment of the Constitution because it means the dissolution of Parliament as it sits. If he did that, they would have to kill him. Now, Article 78 says the President of the Republic shall take up the office of Prime Minister in the event the post becomes vacant for any reason whatsoever. Bomb, 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 bomb. I'm going to skip the rest of it. I want bombs. Cite and verse. You can read the rest of it, but he designates another nominee to form the cabinet within a period, within 15 days of its accordance. But it says any reason. It doesn't say anything else. It says any reason. I want 230 likes right now. I'm asking, please, because I did a lot of research for this. Hey, Nanny. Hey, Nanny. Hey, Pete. Good to see you, Pete. Hey, Natalie. There was an article that read of another site that said that PM had the place to pass the budget. Yeah, he does. I just read it to you. He holds full judicial power for 15 days. I just read it to you. I don't care what anything or anybody else says. Unless they read the Iraqi Constitution based upon Iraq or can quote cite and verse, then they can talk to me. If you can't do that, you can't quote me. Daisy's not Mama's house. I'll tell y'all a story real quick. Until I get to 240 likes, I'm going to tell y'all a story. So when Daisy was a puppy, she came to my mom's house. This is the truth. And Moy wanted to bring her over to spend the night. And Daisy peed on my mom's chair. And Daisy's never been welcomed back over to my mom's house because she peed on her chair. So she can't be over here. It's the truth. She peed on her chair. She jumped up in the chair and she peed on it. 300 likes, not 300 bombs. I want likes. Because I'm giving it all to you right now. And if you don't believe it, I'll post my show notes. Daisy's gangster. I need 300 likes for real. How many likes I got? 221, that's it? Sean, he is trying to appoint another PM, but guess what he's also trying to do? He's also trying to enact his PM duties because he's actually acting PM governor while he's doing it. And watch, and I'm not trying to say this is a conspiracy, but that budget's going to make it from the Finance Committee to Parliament, from Parliament to the Gazette, and you will see that happen. I'm just saying, that's my guess. I'm not quoting me on that. I'm just saying, if I had my druthers, I'm saying that's what's going to happen. He added, oh, we're almost there, 225. Can we hit 230, 230, 231, 231? Because, guys, I got a lot to go here, man. If you guys want me to keep going, man, you got to show me some love. I don't do these often anymore. I don't do them. Patreon be showing me a like per person or we don't talk. a like per person. 253, my top chat says 253. Then that means I need at least 249 likes. Show love. Jay Lee, Patreon gang all day. Ma, I coming. I know it's 40 minutes, Ma. Cookies are done? They're done right now? You want me to stop? You got ice cream? All right, Ma. Give me a minute. Just a minute, Ma. Let me give them the report. Ma, I'm just giving a report. Ma, they almost there, Ma. Ma, don't do them like that. They're trying, Ma. They're 2:31. Come on now. Don't do that. I know it's late now. Come on. Y'all got a mama like that? Come on now. Okay. Mamas be tripping. Everything that Abdul Mahdi did after his resignation, granting power to the government, and spending and wasting money is against the law, especially as it gave conservative ministries the power to direct contradicting and conscious construction. The President Brando Saleh has the possibility to exercise the power of the minister of the Prime Minister's office for a period of 15 days from the appointment to another candidate. Cite verse. See, in the budget, it is all we need to make it happen. They can tell you in the blogosphere, in Dinarland, anything they want. But if they can't quote, cite, and verse why it is the way it is, then they really can't talk to Dinar. Y'all, I got so much more to go. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta go a little bit further, okay, y'all? Ma, I'll be there in a second. Hold on, Ma. She's yelling, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna close the door. Oh my God. I love Mama, but dang, I'm trying to tell y'all before we get done. Ma, I'll be there in a minute. Just give me 3 more minutes. The United Nations Council last Thursday, Iraq has turned an important page in its troubled national history. After 23 years of punitive measures put in place under Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter, the country has now cleared its way to end its path and enter Article 8 in its international system. This has been achieved by reaching an understanding with Kuwait on settling its outstanding reparations on the final payment of $2.1 billion that is owed, thus freeing it from Article 7 to Article 8 under the UN Charter. That's why I'm Mr. Brando. That's why this guy, I am the humble Mr. Brando. Patricia Dixon, or am I really losing it? Hold on here. Let's go to Patricia Dixon. Patricia, you couldn't find that on your best day if your mother helped you find it. You couldn't find that if your mother helped you find it. If your father helped you find it, if your kids helped you find it. Read it again? Oh, I'll read it again. With a decision adopted by the United Nations Security Council last Thursday, Iraq has turned an important page in its troubled national history after 23 years of punitive measures put in place under Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter. The country has now cleared the path to end its pair status in the international system. It has been achieved by reaching an understanding with Kuwait on how it will settle its outstanding reparations, which is still in place because of an outstanding payment of $2.1 billion. Iraq was subject to a number of sanctions, including arms embargo and asset freeze on individuals and entities. Since many of the most continuous issues have been dealt with, it is decided address, meaning questions of missing Kuwait reparations and the property under Article 6, i.e. by payment exits under Article 7. So, Patricia, and I would ask you this because you're so smart. I see you're hyper intelligent. Where's your show? What do you do? Where's your research? Crickets. Now, I got two things left I want to talk about. I want to talk about Vietnam before I go because I got to go do this. And I told Miss Bibi I would tell her about Vietnam has a site. I can't get it on my phone because I didn't transform it. Nicole, I know you're laughing at that, right? Because she could never find that, but I found that. But you know, it's here nor there. Paint mixture. I know it's laughable, but I mean Patricia. Yeah, Craig, I know, right? Patricia's like probably gonna be invested in 5 minutes and only got like 100,000 dinar, but you know what? Hey, it's all love. I get it. She probably follows some other guru. I'm not a guru. I'm a Kenya guru. But anyway, Vietnam was in 2000, I believe, in 10. I don't have the whole verse cited, so I can't quote it. But I'll post it on Facebook. I'll post it on Twitter. So if you're not on my Twitter, it's Mr. Brando Twitter. It's Mr. Brando April BB Facebook page, Mr. Brando page. I'll post it. I'll post a link. But it tells you the exact legislation date. It talks about Vietnam, saying that they will absolutely comply with a free trade agreement that's going to make them comply with the free trade that's going on in future from them to today. And I will also tell you how they are also saying that they are going to comply with everything that's going on, what's going on today. And there was also another article that they had that said that they would raise their exchange rate to comply with what's going on to make them in compliant with the trade as a region. I know this is not my usual bombs. Oh, I want to hit one bomb. I'm sorry, y'all. Can I hit one bomb? Sorry. Patricia, sorry about that. I know you're... I know, Patricia's waiting for the Dragon Family. But you know what? She's watching my show. I'm not watching hers. I will say this. I will tell you guys this. You are so close to seeing something happen. I don't have all the answers. I just read the news. Anybody else that tells you anything different, ask them to quote the Constitution, ask them to quote the Parliament, and ask them to tell you what legislation supports their argument. If they can do all that, then they can talk to me. If they can't do that, you can't fool with me. So, you know, hey, shout out my Patreon gang all day. Patreon. Yeah, she probably watches Benny. She probably watches Aliens too. Talks to them too. I gotta go in here and eat cookies and have dinner with Mama, and I'm looking forward to it because I spent a few days with her. April's been gone, and I'm enjoying it. And my wife will be home in a couple days, and I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And I thank you guys for taking the time out on your Friday night to watch this show, and whatever else information you get, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you got any questions, hit me up, please. Okay? If you want these show notes, I'll post them. If you don't, I won't post them. But thank you guys for your information, okay? Thank you guys